And good evening, everybody. We are horribly late, and I do apologize. A couple things going. I mean, it's a Saturday, lazy Saturday. We figured you guys would be late, so that's why we're late now. Anyway, we're glad you're here. We're not going to keep you long. We want to answer your questions, talk to you about everything that's going on in this space right here, right now. And I'm talking cryptocurrency, from Bitcoin to Litecoin to CTG to, you name it. And we stand at the precipice of something that I don't think mankind has ever really faced before, not all at once. So, I could cheerlead for hours, but that's not why you're here. You're here to learn, and you are here to find out what cryptocurrency can do for you. We want to answer your questions. We're not going to preach. We're not going to sermonize. We just simply want to make sure that you have all the information that you need so that you can make a well-informed decision as to whether or not cryptocurrency has a spot, an asset class in your portfolio. If it does, we'll then extend an invitation to you to become a member of cryptoportfoliobuilders.com. But tonight you get to pick our brains for free. Now, what we do over at cryptoportfoliobuilders.com, along with all the other stuff we do, we are building a long-term crypto portfolio. You, as a member, should you decide to become a member, and you can go over there and watch some videos and stuff, do a little reading as soon as we're finished here. But if you become a member, if that's your decision, your well-informed decision is to become a member, whether it's monthly or annually, however you want to do it, you will see the portfolio. It's not about waiting for a statement to come at the end of the month. And, people never show their statements anyway. But this thing is transparent. I mean, it's just see-through. That's all there is to it. And we have had 4 weekly classes so far. This coming Wednesday, 8 p.m. Eastern, will be our 5th weekly class. At this point, Scott, what percentage are we in cash and what percentage are we fully invested?
We're 45% invested, Dwayne, 55% in cash right now.
There we go. I thought those were the numbers, but didn't want to embarrass myself in public. You know how that is.
There you go. Absolutely.
Right. So let me get the chat. Somebody give me an X, Y, or Z in the chat box so I can make sure that you hear us both. It's free. X, Y, or Z. Just put it in the chat box. Okay. I know we were late, but you don't have to punish us. There you go. Thanks. All right. What do we got? We got an X and we got a smiley face. Cool. All right. Now, again, we're not going to sermonize or evangelize. We just want to answer questions. So if you got an email, relatively short notice, about 5 minutes, if you got an email and it said cryptocurrency webinar, Q&A style, we'll answer all your questions. I'm going to assume, I'm going to go on a limb here and assume that you actually do have some questions, either about Scott and I or cryptoportfoliobuilders.com, the company we're building, or what the heck is cryptocurrency? What is distributed ledger? What is blockchain? We'll answer any question you have. Happy to do it. That's why we're here. Okay? So, first question. I am the only one here. There is no reason to do the whole webinar. I'm going to see if I remember, but have been gone for a while. Why would you think that you were the only person here, Robert? Oh, you said if I am. No, you're not the only one. But that's kind of you to say that. I appreciate it very much. Where have you been? Well, maybe that's not any of my business, so. Oh, the starting late thing? Oh, no, the later we start, the more people show up, so, yeah. But I do apologize for keeping you guys waiting. That's mine and Michael's style. It's not really mine and Scott's style, okay? But me and Michael, that's like our shtick. We make you wait a half an hour on Thursday nights. But we're trying to fix that because it's broken and you know. So I'll tell you what. How about this? If you, Scott,
Yeah,
want to just throw out some generalities, get the juices
sure,
flowing, help some people think of the questions that
sure,
you had when you first got started,
sure.
and
Absolutely. Go ahead.
and guys, don't be shy. Nobody can see what you type in the chat box except Scott and myself. So, if you think the question's too simplistic, uh, don't even worry about that. This is a complicated and confusing space. 5 years out, it'll be old hat, like trading stocks or something. But it's not right now. And so, if you're confused, you have a right to be confused, dazed, amazed, whatever it is. And if you're actively trading, day trading or something, cryptocurrencies, I'd love to hear about it. And if you've already begun to build your long-term crypto portfolio, which is what we're all about with cryptoportfoliobuilders.com, this is a long-term, long horizon portfolio. Now, I love to day trade. I love to swing trade, but this is a little bit different. Take it away, Scott.
Thanks, Dwayne. Hey guys, just a little. I don't know how many of you have gone to our website, cryptoportfoliobuilders.com. Have a lot of you gone there? Are you familiar with what it is that we do? Are you familiar with the portfolio that we're building? I see there are a number of you in here tonight. Are you just learning? Did you just find out about us this evening? This is something I've been doing for quite a while now. I'm a veteran trader for two major Wall Street firms. I started my own company about 18 years ago. I traded stocks for a living for quite a while. I'm still doing it, as a matter of fact. I've got my own company called Retirement Planning Masters. I looked into the cryptocurrency market quite some time ago. I decided to start managing my own portfolio and also researching cryptocurrencies, both on the fundamental side and the technical side. And that's how. And I've known Dwayne for 3 years now. I've been one of the partners for about 3 years now. So I've also been doing the types of trading that he does too, the futures trading. So known each other for quite a while now. I had been doing this. We had talked about it for a little while to make my professionally managed portfolio available to individuals to track so that they could understand and learn as they go what cryptocurrencies are. Distributed ledger technology is really what you're talking about when you're talking about cryptocurrencies, which basically means that unlike a credit card or your bank, all of your information is not on one server, it's on many, many, many different servers. And that's one of the big technologies that we think is going to be much more disruptive than even the internet was. And we're in the infancy of it right now. So what these companies are doing, these cryptocurrency companies are doing, is they are taking this distributed ledger technology and applying it to every area of the economy that you can think of, and also things that you probably can't think of. And many of them are doing very well. Obviously, many of you are probably familiar with Bitcoin. Bitcoin is the cryptocurrency that started this whole thing. And really, it's for people that are looking for a way to handle their money outside of what the government can do with it. The government takes our money. They use it for their purposes many times. And then if they need more, they just print it. You can't do that with cryptocurrencies. It's impossible to do that. If you own cryptocurrencies, you're anonymous. You're on the distributed ledger. So people don't know who you are. You can move your money from one currency to another currency. You can take it and put it back into USD if you decide you want to do that. You can use it to purchase things online. You can use it to purchase things at many, many restaurants now. It's becoming used more and more and more all around the world. So it's exciting. It's a great place to be for a portion of your overall portfolio. I recommend somewhere between 5 and 10%. That's what I'm doing with my portfolio. Everybody has to make their own decisions on that. What we have done is we not only have a great portfolio for everyone, we tell you exactly when to invest. We tell you exactly how much to invest from the standpoint of the percentage of your overall portfolio. as I said a few minutes ago, we have 45% of the portfolio invested right now. 55% is still in cash. We
Scott,
have
let's do this. What we do
sure,
is we show you what we're doing. We show you the model portfolio.
absolutely,
We're not approaching
absolutely.
you as a licensed investment counselor or investment
No,
broker.
no,
No, trading is risky. You can lose all of your money and then some. Okay,
right.
unless you have some help, right? And and if you have some help, if you have a personal mentor, that means you'll never have to cry alone. Well, Bell. There. Okay. Go ahead.
Absolutely,
No, I just
absolutely.
wanted to get
And
that
that's
out
what we're,
there for the,
yeah,
I'll just, yeah, go ahead.
absolutely. Like anything else, if you're trading stocks, if you're trading cryptocurrencies, it's possible that you can lose money. I think everybody who, if they've been investing or trading for any length of time, if you have a 401k plan, which most people do today, if you have an IRA, you know that the stock market goes up and it goes down. So if you're invested in mutual funds, you understand that I hope you understand that there are fees associated with having a mutual fund. You get your prospectus. It's something that most people don't read, but within the prospectus, it tells you all of the different fees that you're paying. If you have a stock mutual fund, you're probably paying somewhere between 1 to 1.5% internally in the fees, the operating
Oh,
fees in the fund.
if you ever want a good laugh, go read the prospectus for GLD or SLV.
Mm, exactly. Yeah.
Because buried in the
Hmm.
middle, you'll find out you don't own any gold. You don't own any
Right.
silver. It says in there in black and white, uh, just because you give us money for a share of this ETF, it doesn't mean we're going to go out and buy gold with it. I mean, we
Right.
might, and we might not. And there's no promises, there's no guarantees. And so it really aggravates me that so many
Hmm.
people headed for retirement, they're walking around and in their head they've got this perfectly balanced portfolio. It's well diversified. They're in ag, they're in equities, they're in bonds, and they're in metals. No, they're in paper. Paper that I think should send people to prison, but I'm no judge, not since night court.
Hmm.
Anyway,
Hmm.
it's not good. Be careful. Now, there's nothing wrong with trading GLD and SLV if you're looking for a day trading vehicle. I mean, you get a lot more bang for your buck with futures, but if that's the way you choose to go, okay. Just don't ever let anybody mislead you into thinking that being in GLD or SLV is long-term portfolio strategy, because it's not. It's a piece of paper. And even these warehouse receipts, I can't. Jamie Dimon, I believe, drinks himself silly every night laughing at hardworking Americans who think they have silver, as an example. Because Jamie knows there is no silver, right? But boy, people keep forking over that money, and he keeps grinning and lying out on Main Street to Americans, calling Bitcoin a fraud, while his traders are buying the dip he's creating with his words. You know, if you're Martha Stewart, you go to jail for that. But Jamie Dimon, oh no, I'm just mad. Go ahead.
Thanks, Dwayne. So that's what we've done, guys and gals, is we've put together a portfolio that's professionally managed. We've got, I believe, 9 positions right now. We may be adding another position on the Wednesday night webinar for members. We tell you exactly what to overweight, what to underweight in the portfolio. Of course, you're making your own decisions in your portfolio. Throw out a few questions to everybody that's in the audience tonight. Does anybody have an account now with an exchange?
While you guys are typing your answer, if you were tuned into the radio show Thursday or Friday, we talked about Binance. Was it Coinbase? It was Coinbase. I got to get my.
What, the exchange is going to be trading more
No,
cryptocurrencies in the
no, no,
future?
no, the one that's creating the $1 billion fund.
Oh, okay.
Is that, hang on.
Yeah, a word about funds too. There are a couple of funds out there.
Yeah.
Guys, these funds are very overweighted in Bitcoin and also Ethereum. If you understand Bitcoin and you understand Ethereum, these have already made their moves. They've already made huge moves. Bitcoin, even though it's trading about 7,000, that area right now, it was as high as 20,000. But, it started at almost nothing like most cryptocurrencies do. The same thing with Ethereum. It's already made a very big move. It's trading at over 500 right now.
Okay.
We're looking at cryptocurrencies that have the technologies that are better than Bitcoin and are better than Ethereum in the portfolio that haven't made a huge move yet. So we think that based on that, the portfolio is going to dramatically outperform Bitcoin or Ethereum. So those are the types of things we're looking at right now. Okay, we've got one person here.
Let me throw this out because I think it's really important. We've all watched the internet blow up and then come back from a near-death experience. All the tech guys in Silicon Valley. If you haven't watched the HBO television program Silicon Valley, it's a comedy. It's a little edgy, I suppose, but I think it really is a pretty good indicator of how things do go down in Silicon Valley. And we've all heard about the venture capitalist and how you go and you pitch 100 times and one group finally says yes, and so they had you $1 million or $5 million or $10 million or whatever. And then your next goal is with your Series B and your Series C, you're trying to get that $1 billion valuation because that makes you a unicorn. Whole lot of that stuff going on in Silicon Valley today. Now, I'm guilty of making the analogy or using the analogy that cryptocurrency is today where the internet was in 1992. However, these internet and tech startups, they still have to go to Silicon Valley, hat in hand, shuffling their feet, trying to get a handout so that they can get a leg up in whatever space they're building their tech unicorn. Okay? Binance, the world's biggest cryptocurrency exchange, is getting ready to launch a $1 billion venture capital fund. The purpose of the fund is to underwrite projects related to blockchain, distributed ledger, cryptocurrencies. Now, where do you think Binance, now they've been in existence for 4 years, Binance, 4 years. Where do you think, now tech guys, they go to Silicon Valley, to get their money. Where do you think Binance went to get their money? This $1 billion. Any guesses? All right, I'll tell you. They reached into their own pocket and took it out. It's their walking around money. I'm serious. Now, let that sink in. A 4-year-old company reached into their own pocket and pulled out $1 billion and said, we're going to be venture capitalists. They didn't have to go to a venture capitalist. 4 years in business, they are venture capitalists now. And they're going to help startups in the cryptocurrency space. That almost took my breath away when I read it. And then later, as I read into it, all the ramifications. Now, have you and I discussed this? I've talked with a lot of people about this, Scott. Have you and I had a chance to discuss this?
A little bit. Uh-huh.
Okay, I'm telling you, man, a 4-year-old company, if they can take $1 billion and put it into this fund for startups, and we know with startups, 7 out of 10 probably won't start or won't finish. Probably a better way to put it. I don't know if Google did not even pull that off in the internet or tech space. I mean, yes, they're flush with cash now and have been for a very long time. But a year coming out of the gate, they hit Yahoo up for some money, and I think Yahoo would only give them $100,000. 100. Yeah, I mean, the chef at Google makes more than that a year now. So
Mhm.
go ahead, Scott.
Sure, absolutely. We got a couple of things going on in the chat box here. It
All
looks
right.
like we asked the question a few minutes ago about accounts. It looks like Fred answered no. There are a lot of things you need to know before you even get started investing in cryptocurrencies. First of all, does anybody, and it looks like a few of you have accounts, so you may know, just in the chat box, can you enter in the answer to this question? Do you know what an on-ramp account is? Anybody out there? Are you familiar with the term on-ramp account? Okay. Okay. A few of you are just learning. No, no. Okay. Well, that's the first account you'll have to establish when you start to open up an account to trade cryptocurrencies. They're called on-ramp exchanges. These are the basic questions that are answered for you in the service that we provide. Secondly, first of all, you've got to have an on-ramp account. That's where your USD will go into either Bitcoin or Ethereum to then purchase other cryptocurrencies. Is anybody familiar with the term crypto to crypto exchange account?
Coinbase
Okay.
just bought one.
Yeah, I see Greg has one. Great,
Decentralized, yeah.
Greg. Okay, so that's the second thing you have to do. You have to establish an on-ramp account. Then you have to establish a crypto to crypto account. In the on-ramp account is where you will deposit your USD, your dollars. You can do that through either a credit card, or you can link a bank account to it, or you can do a wire, among other ways to do it, PayPal. Then you will be purchasing either Bitcoin or Ethereum. Then you'll send that to your crypto to crypto exchange, and then you'll purchase cryptocurrencies on the crypto exchange. That's some of the information that we provide for you just so that you can get started. That's all in a video for you to simply sit there and watch, look at what we have, learn how to have to establish your on-ramp account, learn how to establish your crypto to crypto account, and then actually start trading and purchasing the different cryptocurrencies that we have in the portfolio right now. See, this is not like opening up an account with Fidelity where you send them a check, you put it into your account, you go online and you start trading stocks or purchasing mutual funds, which most people out there today are familiar with, Fidelity or T. Rowe Price. They have 401k plans, they have IRAs, things like that. This is very different. We haven't gotten to that stage yet in the cryptocurrency market where it's that fluid, that easy to do. So there's a high bar set for individuals to even get started in cryptocurrencies right now because of the fact that we haven't developed to that point yet. We've done all the research for you. We've put it all together for you. We've given you the various types of on-ramp accounts. Now we don't tell you exactly which one to use. I can tell you the ones that I use, and it's on the video, but it's up to you. You make that decision. But the ones I use are exchanges that have been around for a long period of time, and they're some of the best ones in the space. And for instance, we
If
have
you're
a
wondering,
cryptocurrency in the portfolio.
it,
What's that?
I'm sorry, if you're wondering how long it will be like this, it will be like this until all the very important people in government, in banking, and in other areas get all their ducks lined up. Then it will be, opiate for the masses. Okay, but the teaser I use as a subject line in the invitation to come to this webinar tonight. Why is Warren Buffett scared spitless? Well, he's got, I think, 83 billion reasons to be scared. The same with Jamie Dimon. Jamie Dimon realizes that banks could become unnecessary because with crypto, it's a peer-to-peer environment. So he either has to get with the program or reinvent himself. So he's doing both.
Yeah.
He's getting with the program and reinventing himself. So that kind of gives you an idea of where this is like the internet before AOL. I don't know if any of you were on the internet before AOL. Now, there was a spaceship landed, and suddenly the Earth was covered with these little discs. If you went to the convenience store, the grocery store, the gas station, there'd be a stack of them up on top of the pump at the gas. They were everywhere. They were oozing out of your mailbox. Do you remember those days, Scott?
I do. Sure. Absolutely.
Yeah. And that's what the internet consisted of for most people, AOL. And just a little bit of trivia. Look at their last earnings report. They still derive something like 70% of their revenue from dial-up subscribers. Now, then that's just hard to believe, isn't it? But they put it in their earnings report, so I assume it has to be true.
Sure.
Now, I was on the internet before AOL, a few years before. And there were bulletin boards, and there was email, but you could only send and receive one time a day. It was like being, in the military. Mail call at 4 o'clock, they would open the window. All the outgoing mail would go out, and getting an email was pretty exciting way back then, before the spam and all of that. Oh, wow, I got mail, and then you had to wait until 4 o'clock the next day.
Sure. To
reply or to get, your next email if you got one. So this is kind of where we are. Now, the government, SEC, bankers, guys with 83 billion US dollars, they want to keep you kind of scared until they can get everything arranged for themselves. And they're not men and women known to make hasty decisions. That did not get them where they are today. So, I mean, my dear friend and mortal enemy, Mark Cuban, was actually on an episode of Billions this season. Bobby Axelrod hit him up for a loan, and Cuban said no. And I'm screaming at the TV, Mark, give him some of the $300,000 you stole from me, please. Just, he's a good guy, Axe Capital. Help him out. He acted like he couldn't hear me. So, anyway. That's a true story. Anybody that wants to know it probably already knows it because I tell it on the radio. I don't know, once every 6 months. It's a true story, guys. I stand behind it. Yeah, they got me good. And it was a Christian media company that they got me with, AG Media. Wow. Unbelievable. I couldn't understand why they were giving me such a great deal on this stock, this private placement they gave me. I'm like, man, those are so kind of them. Wow, this must be a God thing. Sure. Boy, I wired the check the next morning. The funds appeared in my Ameritrade account, or the stock appeared in my Ameritrade account. And I never saw a stock go from $3 to $0 that fast ever in my whole life. It made me want to cry, if I was a girl, but I didn't. So I'm just kidding. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that goes on out there, guys, and at CFRN, you know that we try to stay away from all of that. We try to be really transparent. I talked to the nicest guy the other day in a one-on-one mentoring session, and I'm not going to tell the story. That's all right. But it reminded me once again why we do what we do. We don't have to do what we do, but I feel like it's kind of my calling at this point in my life. And so until I hear different, I'm going to keep doing it. And the more I think, well, maybe I should be starting to pull away, then along comes one of our partners, Scott, who has a tremendous amount of experience on Wall Street and helping people build their retirement funds. And then another opportunity unfolds. And so you can't ignore that. I mean, when that hand starts writing on the wall, I mean, okay, not only will I be here, I'll be happy here. I do wake up before the alarm clock every day because I'm excited about, man, what's going to happen today?
Absolutely.
I'm not Bobby Axelrod. I'm certainly no billionaire, but every day I do something that's meaningful. Every
Absolutely.
day, in some kind of way, God allows me, by His grace, to make the world just a tiny little bit better place.
Absolutely.
And I'm so thankful for that. And I'm not trying to turn this into a revival or anything, but I'm just telling you the truth because I have a horrible memory, and if I started lying to you, I'd get all tripped up. So I just stick with the truth. And right now, this opportunity, I love futures, love day trading, love swing trading. And I want to learn how to day trade and swing trade the cryptocurrencies, but that's a separate venue. What we're doing here is we're encouraging people to take a close look at what we believe are the IBMs and the Microsofts and the Amazons and the Googles of tomorrow in the cryptocurrency space today. That's what we're doing. So, um, and based on what we charge compared to what some other folks charge to be a member, well, you got to just look at that and go, well, they ain't doing it for the money. You know what I'm saying? So, go ahead.
Sure, absolutely. Just wanted to give everybody kind of a real world story of what's going on right now, and it may have even happened to you. I was speaking to my son earlier today, and he said, "Dad, my credit card information got stolen again." And my son, takes very good care of his finances, and he doesn't understand exactly how it happened, but it's happened twice. His credit card information has been stolen twice. And so just
Well,
think if there was a tech.
go
What's
ahead.
that?
No, I was going to say, was it
Yeah.
TransUnion that got hacked? Which of the big credit reporting agencies got?
I think it was Equifax.
Equifax. No.
Yeah, I think was it Equifax?
Was it
No,
Equifax?
I
And,
think
and,
it was. It's been a little while back.
and the principals of the company, they knew about it, but they made sure they sold some stock before they
Yeah,
told the public. Are they
right.
going to jail over that?
I'm not sure.
I mean,
Probably won't. Probably won't.
probably not. No.
Well, even
You send me
Mark
to jail,
Zuckerberg was.
I'll ruin your
Yeah,
credit. Yeah. Uh,
yeah. Mark Zuckerberg was before Congress recently because of what's happening with the hacking with Facebook. But anyway, earlier today, my son told me it's the second time that it's happened. And just think if there was a technology available today that could be applied where all of your
mm,
information could not be hacked. Well, there is. It's called distributed ledger technology. Really, what cryptocurrencies are doing right now is they're taking this technology and they're making all of your information, putting it in a place where it can't be hacked. What does that mean? Well, you're on a centralized server if you have a credit card. If you have cryptocurrencies and you're on the distributed ledger technology, it simply means that you're on many, 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 many different servers,
well,
and you're
now
anonymous.
this is
Your
kind of a
information
gray
can't be
area
hacked.
because some people in the audience are going to be thinking, well, I thought I heard about this place got hacked and Steve Wozniak got hacked, and uh, so if you're not careful, I mean, or if you're with Mount Gox, that was a very reputable exchange, and how much did they get hacked for here a couple years ago? It was
Mm-hmm.
a large sum of money,
Right.
hundreds of millions, I think, but.
Mm-hmm.
Um, the other thing that I wanted to address, something that you just said, about the anonymity.
Mm-hmm.
Well, one, if not two, of the exchanges that I used as an on ramp, I guess, I had to like scan a picture of my driver's license and send to them.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not anonymous to the exchange. Where does my anonymity come in? I'm asking this
Well,
for anyone in the audience that might be wondering that.
absolutely. Well, think about it. When you purchase your cryptocurrency,
Hmm.
it's a number. It's a number.
Okay.
So you have an address. Okay, so the address is a number.
A public
If you
address.
want to transfer that cryptocurrency to a wallet, you take the address of the wallet and then you can copy and paste it, and then you can transfer the cryptocurrency into the wallet. And if you've got a hardware wallet, everything is off of the exchange, everything's off of your computer, and it can be safely put into either your safe or your safety deposit box.
So you're saying that the exchange that I had to scan my driver's license for, and I had to, and I sent them money from my bank account, so they got my bank account number and my driver's license, so they know who I am. But as I take they were an on-ramp, so I was giving them USD to get my hands on Bitcoin and Ether. Now, as I go off to these other exchanges and do peer-to-peer trading or long-term planning, whatever the case might be, or buying stuff, that people shouldn't buy on the dark web, those people don't know who I am. Right?
Exactly.
Now,
exactly.
Bill Gates,
Once your USD goes,
go ahead.
Go ahead.
Well,
once your USD goes into a cryptocurrency, and you purchase that cryptocurrency and you put it into a hardware wallet, that is then safe. In other words, you have anonymity because you're using the address, the number of that particular cryptocurrency, whether it's in a digital wallet or hardware wallet or it's on an exchange.
Mm-hmm.
Those monies are now a number. That's the way that it works.
Yeah, and that number is not 666, guys, just
No.
in case you're wondering.
The numbers are I think they're 15 or 20 digits, the numbers most of the time.
Yeah.
But we have a technology, guys, that is actually going to disrupt many, many, many companies the way that the internet did, and probably in a much larger way.
One thing we might mention right here while I'm on this, guys, do you see this BTC USD up on the screen? Bitfinex, Coinbase, Bitstamp, CEX. I think that CEX, I got so caught up at one point and worked so late, so many days in a row. I sent some money to somebody, and I got an email that said, you haven't touched the money you sent us, so we got to charge you a fee to hang on to it. And I think it was this CEX.io. Are you familiar with them?
No.
Okay, guys, so trading goes on all these different exchanges because it's decentralized. And so the cost of one Bitcoin at Bitfinex may be different than the cost of one Bitcoin at Coinbase or Bitstamp. Back in December, on some exchanges, Bitcoin actually made it up over 20,000. But the exchange that I had most of mine on did not. So I'm just pointing that out for basic, information, knowledge, so that if you start seeing different prices quoted on cryptocurrencies, that's why, because they're traded on different exchanges. All right, this is Bitcoin versus the US dollar on a weekly chart. And we get the whole picture on the monthly. Okay. Now, this last month is the first true sign of weakness. And you're going, well, wait a minute, that looks pretty weak. Yeah, but it's to be expected. Okay. Healthy markets must have pullbacks. They must have rest. You can't work 24/7. I've proven that. 18.6 you can do. Now, does this concern you at all, Scott?
No.
Okay.
No, it doesn't.
Okay.
Natural function of the cycles in markets.
Mm-hmm. No, I understand. I just thought I'd ask the question for everybody.
Sure.
Now, Greg says, I do not believe that, as Coinbase sent a letter stating that all transactions can and will be sent to the feds for IRS. Greg, yes, that is true, and they will. But the point I was trying to get to on that was, you go to Coinbase and you buy your Bitcoin or your Ether, and then you transfer it to a anonymous wallet at myetherwallet.com, just as an example, and then you go over to one of these other exchanges like, I don't know, Bitrix, Poloniex, They got no way of knowing who you are. But I want to say what Bill Gates said on ChristianTraders.com on that little video down at the very bottom. The amount of cryptocurrency that is used for nefarious reasons, buying illegal things on the Silk Road when it was still around. It's been replaced now by some other outfit. He said the amount that's being used for that, it's ridiculously small, maybe 5%. That most people are using it for, legitimate reasons. Now, there's nothing wrong with doing legitimate business and remaining anonymous, but we do in no way endorse the use of cryptocurrency for doing anything that runs afoul of the rules and laws of wherever you live. And we have a global audience, so different people living in different parts of the world do have to, a lot of these ICOs won't sell to Americans. I don't know if you guys knew that or not. There's that thing, it's KYC, know your customer. That's really all the teeth the SEC has right now. Now, there are some real blatant scams out there. I read one the other day, and it was like, the fact that they use cryptocurrency as their front. They could have used anything. They could have had used cars, because everything on the whole website was a lie. That they had relationships with Disney and Pixar and, oh my gosh, fake customer testimonials about how awesome they were. That was just an old-fashioned scam. Then somebody used, cryptocurrency as the front because it's like the hot new thing. So anyway, I hope that clears that up for you, Greg. Because see, that was the thing I wanted to bring out is I don't think Coinbase, well, they got my bank, they have my bank account number. But I don't think they asked me for ID. But there's two other places I know for sure I had to send them. And I can go through I haven't deleted any of my emails since 1996. So I have everything. I've got a 4 terabyte drive just for that purpose. Go ahead.
Sure, absolutely, Dwayne. Yeah, so that's what we're looking at, guys. And you're right, Greg. With the cryptocurrencies, what I mean by that is that once you purchase the cryptocurrency and you're on the distributed ledger, you're free from the potential of hacking like you would be with a credit card or a bank account where it's a centralized server situation. So that's what I'm referring to, and I think Dwayne answered the rest of the question you got there. But again, what we've got, how many people have been on our website, cryptoportfoliobuilders.com? Anybody out there that's been to the site, or you're brand new, you just got the email from Dwayne this evening and you just started to do some of your research? Well, go there. We've got all of the information there. We've got a video on the first page of the website.
Two videos. Two videos.
Okay.
The first two webinars we did.
Okay.
I think.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. Got 2 videos on the webinar, and they're going to give you a lot of great information as to some of the things we've talked about tonight. It's going to give it to you more in detail. But here again, we have a professionally managed portfolio. I've been a trader for 25 years. I'm now applying that knowledge to the cryptocurrency market. We rate the cryptocurrencies based on investment risk and investment reward, technology and adoption. We look at them from the standpoint of technical analysis. We look at them from the standpoint of fundamental analysis. And then we show you how to invest in them, how much of the portfolio, which ones we're overweighted in right now, when we'll be adding more to the portfolio. Greg, it's cryptoportfoliobuilders.com. I don't know if Dwayne can put that in the chat box or not.
I sure can. I'll speak to everybody. And you should also go to ChristianTraders.com because there's a lot of general information about cryptocurrency and also about, I don't know, it's not how we view the whole thing. We see ourselves as pioneers. We see opportunity. So, while you're there, if you want to buy some CTG, which is the Christian Traders cryptocurrency, there's 1 million tokens available to 2.4 billion Christians worldwide. So if you want a piece of that, I mean, you're welcome to it. There's a video at Christian Traders that tells you how to go to the exchange, Fort Delta, and how to purchase it, and then how to store it safely. But I'm sending you to Christian Traders just for the general info about, and that video at the bottom of the homepage at christiantraders.com. It's got Virgin Airlines guy. It's got Bill Gates. I think it's got Peter Thiel. Famous, incredibly wealthy people talking about crypto and where it's headed. And what's going to blow you away, and I'm not, spoiler alert, I'm not going to tell you, but when you find out where they're at in the timeline when they publicly made these statements, it's going to blow you away. So that's your Saturday night treat for me. Go ahead.
Guys, what we're trying to do with everybody that we work with, all of our members, is we're trying to give you everything that you need to be successful in investing in the cryptocurrency market. As I said before, from setting up your accounts, funding your accounts, investing in the cryptocurrencies, making sure that you're up to date with where we're at in the portfolio. And not only that, one of the most important things when it comes to managing a portfolio, whether it's stocks, bonds, mutual funds, or cryptocurrencies, is knowing when to take profits. When do I take profits? That is one of the most important questions you should ask yourself when you're investing. And then, how much should I take of the profits that I have? That's something that we will be doing for you on a regular basis. We meet once a week on Wednesday evening at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. At that time, I go over the market with you. We look at Bitcoin as the bellwether, like you would the S&P 500 if you're looking at the overall stock market. We look at the chart of Bitcoin. We go over that. We tell you where we're at from the standpoint of the technicals of the chart and the overall market. We give you a rundown of the portfolio, the positions that we've got right now. We let you know how much we invested in each one of them. We let you know which ones we're overweighted in. And then we let you know how much we're going to be adding to the portfolio at that time and how much we're going to be putting into each one of the cryptocurrencies that we have in the portfolio. We may at that time also add a cryptocurrency to the portfolio. As a matter of fact, we may be doing that this week. I'm looking at a cryptocurrency right now that I think has a lot of opportunity for us, and we may be adding that this week. I have some more research to do on it, but on Wednesday night, we'll be going over all of that at 8 p.m. Wayne and I have made a commitment to do as much as we possibly can to make you successful so that in a few years, you will have an abundance, I think, in your cryptocurrency portfolio. So that's what we're doing to help everybody out as much as we possibly can. And I've known Dwayne for 3 years now. We've gotten to know each other very well, and we have the same commitment to everybody who becomes a member, just like he does with CFRN. This is just an extension of that and our way of looking at it. And we really want to help you. So everything's there. We've got the videos, the webinar videos. Everything is recorded. It's on the website just like it is with CFRN. And we think we've got the best service available today in this area, in a market, in a technology that it's in its infancy right now, the way the internet was back in 1992. So we're really excited, and we think a lot of people are going to do very well.
And you know, in the old days, well, the stock market, it still goes on. I mean, it hasn't gone away. But all the old pump and dump stuff, and just the chicanery, you've all been in these trading rooms. You know what goes on. You know, it is almost impossible to find someone who will teach you, train you, mentor you, and do their best to help you become successful. Because, well, I mean, I don't have to convince you of that. But so when Michael and I put CFRN together, and as Scott just said, that crypto portfolio builders is an extension of that whole thought process and heart and belief. And I'm not telling you I'm doing it because I want to give back. No, I'm doing it for the money, but I get to give back at the same time. I get to help people. Like this gentleman that I was talking to the other day, he has, I'm going to tell a little bit of a story. Of course, I would never reveal his name. He has a son in prison. He did a bad thing, and he knows he did a bad thing. He's now very popular in the California penal system because he got saved behind bars. At 35, he got sentenced to 35 years, and because it's federal, he'll have to do every minute of that sentence. But did you know that prisoners have access to computers and email and all that stuff now? Scott, did you know that? Did anybody in the audience know
Yes.
that? I did not know
Sure.
that. I did not know that. And his son has, now this gentleman is one of our partners, but his son, who's incarcerated in California, has become interested in investing in trading through his dad, because when he gets out at 70, he's going to need something to see him through the rest of his life. And so dad's been trying to do some trading for him. And I asked dad to give his son my contact information and my email address because this will get me out of bed before the alarm rings for a long time to know that I'm helping this guy who's on the inside, preaching and teaching and helping people get saved. And I know there's some people here who are probably like, "Whoa, I didn't come for church." That's okay. I'm not going to beat you with the Bible or anything. I'm just saying, I'm excited. He goes, the man, I think he might have teared up. I know I did. He said, "You don't know what this is going to mean to my son when I tell him that you're going to help him help us." And I said, I can't wait to get downstairs and tell my wife because how often in life do we get the opportunity to truly change the world for good? Well, the answer is a trick question every day. I mean, I was pretty much set for life until I ran into all these orphans in Africa. Oh my gosh, they took every penny I had. I'm kidding. I gave it to them willingly because God blesses us so that we can be a blessing to others. He doesn't bless us just so we can, be fat and sit on the couch. I mean, that's ridiculous. And if you try to pin up your earthly treasure, it'll get stagnant like a pond or a lake that has no flow, and it'll become poisonous. You got to keep it flowing, man. As it flows in, let it flow right back out. Just make sure it's flowing in the right direction. And when God spoke to me and my wife that Wednesday night 18 years ago, as we listened to this fellow we didn't know from Africa talk about the vision God had given him, he and his wife is downstairs in my kitchen right now. One of their sons is named after me. But we didn't know this guy, but he stood up, and it's a long story how he came to America for a conference, but he didn't hit anybody up for money. He was excited, man. He had happy feet. He shared the vision God had given him of this orphanage that he would have someday in this church. And it was him, his wife, and 11 orphans living in a house with no running water and no electricity. And we walked up to him after church, and we said, "Let's do it." And he thought we were pulling his leg or something. And within 60 days, we had our first 5 acres. Now we have 20 acres and 700 kids. The church is just jumping. It got about 800 people on a Sunday morning. And when you go to church in Africa, oh my goodness, let me tell you something. They party all day long. Now, I'm a man of a certain age, so about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, I'm like, "How long are we going to be here, Chris?" "Oh, we'll go home about 9. "Tonight?" "Oh, Chris, you got to take me back to the guest house. I need to lay down. I'm not used to this." But and in the original church before God graced us to be able to rebuild it, it was just a tin roof. It was kind of like this really huge shack, and it clouded up and it started to rain. And it just so happened there was a little hole in the tin way up there, right over my head where I was standing. And a few other people were getting, a few sprinkles on them. And I said, "Chris, it's rain." I said, "What do I do?" And you know what he said? Because I'm the smart American guy, right? I said, "Chris, what do I do?" He goes, "Move 2 steps to the left." I'm like, What do you mean? He goes, move. I go, oh, okay. So I moved, and I wasn't getting rained on anymore.
Huh.
You know, as the American, I'm seeing bulldozers and cranes and all this stuff, which eventually came. But Occam's razor, the simplest explanation is usually the right one, and it was
Right.
for that moment in time.
Mm-hmm.
And then right after that happened with me, my wife told Chris's wife, "Is there? Can I go to the bathroom?" And
Mm-hmm.
so she sent a couple of her ladies in waiting to take my wife to the bathroom. When my wife came back, she had this most horrified look on her face because it was a hole in the ground.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
I mean, they had kind of put up some little walls around it, lean-to style, but I mean, we got an education real quick. Now, we didn't grow up, neither one of us grew up wealthy or anything, but we did have indoor plumbing. Uh, and that squatty potty, I don't know if you guys know what the squatty potty is. It's very
Sure.
popular. 80% of the world's global population does not do not sit on a porcelain toilet the way we do here in America
Mm.
for their morning constitutional. And their instance of colon cancer in those places, it's fractional compared to what it is here. So, man, things that make you say, hmm, um, life's good. You know, there's more than enough food to go around. Why are people starving to death? There's more than enough clean water for everybody to drink. Why will a child die of a water-related disease before I finish this sentence?
Mm.
I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I cannot answer that.
Sure.
There's enough money, there's enough food, there's enough water, there's plenty of everything, yet people are dying and starving every single day. But bless God, you and I can wake up before the alarm clock and do something about it. And God's just given us another, that's my opinion, another tool. And this could be the best tool yet. I mean, we've all read the stories about the guys that made, the big bucks. I didn't. I was talking about Bitcoin on CFRN radio every day when it was under $1. And people were laughing at me and calling me Satan and telling me about 666 and I was an idiot. I saved all the hate mail. I haven't deleted anything since 1996. And those voices squawking in my ear. Now, I take responsibility for my own actions. But if I'd had some positive feedback on this, I might have actually bought some under $1, but I didn't. Even my co-host, right, he just was on me like, what are you, stupid? Well, yeah, I do feel a little not so smart because I brought this opportunity to the table. Everybody laughed at it. And even though I'm the host of the show, Mr. Celebrity, blah, blah, I was like that servant, the one who hid it under a rock because he knew his master was a hard man.
Mm-hmm.
And then there was much wailing and gnashing of teeth. Yeah. I've wailed and gnashed a few times over that Bitcoin thing. So, but we can't turn back the hands of time. We can, however, prepare for tomorrow. And that's what this webinar is about, and that's what CryptoPortfolioBuilders.com is about. It's not about you just making a bunch of money that you can run out and spend. Man, spend some, sure. Have a great life more abundant, I think he said. But leave some for your kids and your grandkids and your great grandkids, and maybe leave a library or a hospital or an orphanage, whatever whatever purpose God created you for. And if you don't know that, ask Him. Ask Him. Well, does anybody have any more questions? Using Binance, is there a way to view the performance, i.e. buy price, number of shares, current price, of my portfolio other than the balances drop down? Could you answer that, Scott?
Yeah, there isn't. There isn't. You really just have to keep a spreadsheet at this point. They haven't developed it to that point yet.
I I bought portfolio tracking software,
Mm-hmm.
and one of my team, my senior software engineer is in Venezuela, and my design guy is he's in Pakistan. I never knew it was Pakistan until President Obama took office. I always thought it was Pakistan, but anyway, that's where he lives. Yes, he's Muslim. And when he applied for the job, I said, "Is it going to offend you that you're working for a blatantly Christian company?" And he's like, "No, not at all." I said, "Okay, are you going to sabotage me?" He said, "No, man, I won't do that." He's a good kid. He's a young guy, and he's really talented. And we have that crypto portfolio tracking software on one of our websites somewhere. It might be on christiancryptocurrency.com or cryptodailyinfo.com. We're building out a portfolio of websites geared towards the 2.4 billion Christians on planet Earth. And in the past, it's all been finance related, but we're branching out. This summer, we roll out 2 new programs and 2 new sites. For those of you who are familiar with TED Talks, I got woke up in the middle of the night, I don't know, a couple months ago, and I'm like, "No, you didn't wake me up for this." And he's like, "Yeah, I did." I go, "Somebody's already registered TED Talks God." He goes, "I am God. Wouldn't I know?" And I'm like, "All right." So I went in the bathroom so I wouldn't wake my wife, got my cell phone out, in the dark, GoDaddy.com, TEDTalksGod.com, $8. That's the hand of God, man, waking you up. I got back in bed, and my wife said, "Ooh, why are you so restless?" And then it hit me. TED Talks Jesus. All right, so I go back in the bathroom, TEDTalksJesus.com. All the people who've done TED Talks in the past will be invited to come and share their thoughts on a supreme deity, a divine architect, pro or con. See, I'm not afraid. See, my wife, she never would understand why I would listen to President Obama. He's a Democrat. He's liberal. We're conservatives. We're Republicans. And I'm like, "I know this, honey, but how can you strategize if you don't know what the other team's doing?" I don't want to call them the enemy. I'll just say the other team. There is a saying, keep your friends close and your enemies even closer. So, I want to know what the competition's up to. So that's why I'm not afraid to let these people who are atheists, and these people, these TED Talks people, man, they are smart as a whip. So they've already been vetted for their intelligence. So I don't have to even worry about that, because they would never get on a TED Talk in front of all these people and this massive audience if they weren't wicked smart. Now I just get to filter through them and say, "Hey, you did a great TED Talk, and we've got a new show. Would you like to give us your opinion on God? Pro or con, yay or nay?" I am so excited about this. I really am. I really, really am. And those of you who know about TED Talks, you're getting goosebumps right now. So go ahead. Go ahead, Colin.
No, I was just going Lynn's got a question there in the chat box, Dwayne.
Lynn.
Says she missed the webinar. Will you be on again soon?
Oh, Lynn, you know what? I'm recording this. So in about an hour, you can go to emini.cfrn.net, youtube.com/CFRN, or why not just head on over to cryptoportfoliobuilders.com. Now, the last webinar, I gave away, what did I give away? 500 CTG tokens? Is that what I did?
Yeah.
Yeah, I gave them to Ted, I think.
Yeah, the first person who
was he you?
Went ahead and signed up for the annual membership.
No, that's you still there?
It was somebody else.
I thought it was
Ted,
you still there?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. So it was you, and it was 500, right?
It was Ted. Okay,
it
great.
was.
Yeah.
Okay. Tell you what I'll do. I'll do the same deal. The first person in the audience tonight that goes to cryptoportfoliobuilders.com and signs up for the annual membership, which is not a lot of money. What is it, $1,100?
Mm-hmm.
199 a month times 12. Yeah, so anyway, you save 50% with the annual. But the first person that does an annual membership from this audience tonight, I'll do exactly what I did for Ted. I will give you 500 CTG tokens. I'll transfer them to your wallet. And the last trade on CTG, the last time I checked, went off at, I think, $4.80.
That's great.
You have to convert it. On the exchange, they display it in Ether. And so you gotta, it's kind of complicated. I can't wait until I can hire somebody to do all this thinking for me. I just want to sit behind the mic and look pretty, you know. But you guys, you see my chart up here? This is Bitcoin futures. Now we have a saying, trading's not easy, but it can be simple. We have a fancy proprietary indicator set, but sometimes I don't use it all because I don't really need it all. If my cycle is blue and climbing, and my CFMA1 is blue and climbing, pretty much I just get long. And if they're red and falling, I get short. I stay out of this choppy stuff up here. But then when we go back to test this high, blue on blue, I just get long. And how do I know when to get out? You see that candle, that red candle that closed right below the step line, the little black step line? That's my exit signal. True story. Now, this is Bitcoin futures, and it did not take off like a rocket ship the way everybody thought it was. Because it's on the CME, the Chicago Mercantile Exchange, people said, oh, wow, this is the ultimate stamp of legitimacy for Bitcoin. Yeah, boy, once this happened, we're going to the moon. Yeah, we didn't really go to the moon. I think we went the other direction. But seasonality and other things, we're expecting a pretty decent rally in Bitcoin in June. Are we not, Scott?
Yes, we are. Yes, we are. Mm-hmm.
And this last sell-off, we told, you know, we've done 4 classes?
Yeah.
Yeah. We told, as we were telling people, you know, which cryptocurrencies that we were putting in our portfolio, we said, now, we do anticipate a sell-off. That's what dollar cost averaging is all about. And Scott, you can speak to that better than I can.
Oh, sure, absolutely. Well, dollar cost averaging is simply adding to your portfolio methodically as the market pulls back to get a better position price in each one of the cryptocurrencies that we've got in the portfolio. So we're very, very cautious about when to invest. As I said before, 45% of the portfolio is invested right now, 55% is still in cash, and we're going to look for other opportunities in the future to get fully invested. But we're going to do it methodically. We're going to base it on technical analysis of the market. And we follow Bitcoin, as I said before, as the bellwether for the market to tell us how much to invest, when to invest, and also when to take profits. So we're excited. We're very excited. Bitcoin is basing right now, so we do believe that it's building a base. The market has had about a 30% pullback at this point. So we believe that we're going to build a base here.
This is a daily chart. Look at this. Look at this on the Bitcoin futures. Each candle represents one day. See, trading's not easy, but it can be simple. There's your exit candle right there on a daily chart. Now, you got taken out a little early here. All right. Now, there's some of us who would not have exited on that candle. I won't go into any reasons why. You're in a short. No, I'm sorry. No. You're in a short. Your exit was here because you got a green candle that closed on the back side of the CFMA1 and above the step line. And I know that sounds like Greek to you, but if you want to come and hang out with us next week in the live training room, when I do get to the point of day trading and swing trading cryptocurrencies, I will use the exact same methodology, the exact same indicators that we use for futures. Because I firmly believe that a chart is a chart is a chart. If it's an auction-style market, buyers on the bid, sellers on the ask, price channeling back and forth, it doesn't matter if it's pork bellies or gold or soybeans or Bitcoin. That's my personal belief. You don't have to believe that way. And because a lot of people will say, man, you can't trade gold the same way you trade crude. Well, we do it every day in front of a live audience, so maybe you can, maybe you can't. I don't know. So if you want to come and hang out with us, just go to apply.cfrn.net. And just your name, your email address, and you'll get a link via email. And we're live from 9:30 to 11:30 a.m. Eastern every trading day. Take a 30-minute break, and then from 12 to 2 p.m. Eastern, 12 noon to 2 p.m. Eastern, we do what made us famous, live raw radio. And we have every show going back to April of 2005 archived. In the beginning, it was just a podcast, but for the last, I think about 3-4 years, it's been what do we call that? A vlog, video, I don't know. It's got pictures. You can see the charts as we go through all the different markets. And my friend John joins us every day, who, this guy's unbelievable. He'll look at a chart and go, this reminds me of Tuesday, January the 3rd, 1987. And first couple times he said it, I thought he was pulling I've known him about 20 years. He has a British accent. He grew up in Ireland. I visited his childhood home in Ireland, and I mailed him a picture of myself and my wife standing in his front yard. He got such a kick out of that. Before he became the stock whisperer, he was a navigator on the Love Boat. There actually is a real Love Boat. Remember the TV show?
Sure.
The Love Boat. Yeah. He was a navigator on one of the Love Boats. There's more than one. But now he just grinds it out like me, about 18 hours a day, sitting in front of the screens. So, any more questions, guys? Sorry you did not get the website address. Oh, I apologize, Greg. I think I was going to type it in and never did. So I'll type in a couple. Crypto. Is that 2 P's? I'm kidding. Crypto. Oh, it is 2. Crypto portfolio. Any other questions, guys, about anything? Crypto portfolio. Crypto portfolio builders. Now, if you've ever been to that site I had up before, these are some pretty good people, and this site's enormous. And I think you can get data from about 200 different exchanges. Now, this isn't just for crypto. This is for stocks. This is for bonds, ETFs. If you can trade it, it's on here. Now, we have a very humble thing that my guy, Packy, I call him, he's been trying to put this together for over a year. And I said, look, the guys at TradingView said we can use all their stuff. Just go get the code from them and do it. We own freecharts.com and freecharts.net. Unfortunately, there's no charts. We used to have charts, but I was paying, oh my goodness, I was paying, what's that place that publishes all of our articles? It starts with a B, I think. It's been around forever. I can't believe I can't think of it. But I was paying them $500 a month for the data to run public charts, because that's a real gray area when you start putting live data in front of people that aren't paying for it. The exchanges, they get a little squirrely. We have it all. Well, not exactly. We did when I was forking out the 500. So anyhow, what's going to happen is this, when we get to it, is going to look a lot more like this. Well, now I've locked up my computer. Oh, Scott. Oh, one more thing, guys. Please go on your Twitter, go to Daniel's Trading, So it'd be twitter.com/DanielsTrading. And I want you to put the hashtag. I'm going to give you the hashtag right here. Put it up on the. Well, let me put it on the screen because it looks good. Everybody knows what a hashtag is. Son, that looks like a pound sign. Yeah, it is. All right. Hashtag CFRN trade across America summer tour. And so if every day you would go to the Daniels Trading Twitter page and their Facebook page and put just all you got to put is this hashtag because they know what it's about. We have a long relationship with them, and we have asked them to sponsor this tour. I'm going to take 4 of our best traders. We're going to get in a deluxe motor coach in Half Moon Bay, California. We're going to go down to LA and pick up Route 66. And we're going to work our way across America, stopping in every small town that's big enough to have a local news station. Because we're going to be their warm and fuzzy human interest story for that night. You follow me? You know, some wild and crazy people in a deluxe motor coach trading their way across America, spreading the name Daniels Trading. We're going to wrap the motor coach with their logo and their name, so they'll get a lot of new clients. A lot of people that have always been interested in trading, we'll let them come into the motor coach and see our trading pit and maybe sit at one of the computers. I mean, come on. You got to be a little bit excited for me, right?
That's cool. That's
yeah,
cool.
Well, we're going to put, we'll have the crypto portfolio builders up there too. I broke my mouse. Have you ever broken a mouse?
No.
No, I mean, seriously. I don't know what happened. I'm just going to go to Walmart when we're done here and get a new one. CFRN, Trade Across America Summer Tour. Our plan is to depart Half Moon Bay on July 4th weekend. I don't know what day of the week July 4th falls this year. So it'll be either, if it's in the middle of the week, it'll be the weekend after probably. I'm hoping it falls on like a Saturday or Sunday because then we can kick it off in style and leave on the weekend. But doesn't that sound like fun? I mean, I wish I could take everybody. Now, I have said that, you know, so that it's comfortable, I'm only going to take 4 traders. But if you want a caravan and like follow along behind us in your car, you can certainly do that. And then we'll all camp together, you know, some campground somewhere. And then we're going to take Route 66 all the way to Chicago, visit the good folks at Daniels Trading. They'll probably have a parade, you know, something like Ferris Bueller's Day Off, something like that. And then Bert's going to point us toward Michael B's house. He lives down in Lawson's Creek, North Carolina. We're going to pick him up. Then while we're in North Carolina, we're going to go to Dawson's Creek, Mount Pilot, and Mayberry. And then we end the trip, Emerald Isle, North Carolina. We will have gone from the Pacific to the Atlantic Ocean. And then I'm either going to hire somebody to drive it back, or I don't know. I know I don't. I'm not up for driving both ways. So slow and leisurely from the west to the east. So if you got, so what I need is I need enough people putting that hashtag every day relentlessly, friendly, lovingly, so that that I want them to know that there's so much interest in how this story will unfold. And we're going to broadcast via satellite 4 hours a day. So hijinks inside the motorhome, somebody's driving, we're back in the pit trading. We're going to broadcast video and audio live. So, I mean, it's really pretty cool. And I would hate to have to go to one of Daniel's competitors to get the money for the deluxe motor coach rental and gas. So let's encourage them, because our relationship goes back to 2010, I think. And I want them to be a part of it, you know. And I was hoping Bert could maybe ride along with us for a few days, but since Leslie retired, I don't know if he can get away. So, okay, I got my Ray-Bans out. I'm ready to go. I'd like to leave today, but I can't do that because I have like responsibilities and stuff. I'll show you the motorhome. If my computer's acting a little bit squirrely, and this is the new mothership, so see how the thing's going round and round? Working on it. Why would it be working on it? What's the work on? You just open the folder. I mean, come on, man. All right, summer tour. No. Now what do I do? Oh yeah, Windows 10. Right click, slideshow, bang. Road trip. Little girl found dancing barefoot in Balboa Park 30-something years ago. There she is.
That's cool.
And if Daniels doesn't come through, there she is. This is insane. Yeah. Imagine it sitting in there trading as the countryside goes by. And we'll be stopping in a lot more places than that. So, anyway. Guys, It's been fun. Thanks for turning out on a Saturday afternoon, Saturday evening for many of you. We appreciate you. And if we can be of any service, let me check my inbox and see if anybody, because I'll transfer your tokens today. It looks like nobody's grabbed the prize yet. So if you're thinking about it, you still have a chance. So, okay. Anything else we should cover? Oh, you still didn't get the website address? Gosh, Greg, you just keep, man, nothing makes you happy, huh? No, I'm teasing, man. I keep getting distracted because I'm yapping. I live a lonely life in this office, you know. When I left the public sector in 2008, I had 50 employees, and I sold my company, and I left, and I opened the studios here out by South Mountain. And it didn't dawn on me that I'd be working alone, you know. I'm like a feral cat now. When the postman comes by, I'm downstairs, you know, like, hey, man, how you doing? How's the wife? How's the kids, you know? Want to come in for coffee, you know? Okay, send to all. Okay, I sent a couple. Now, what did I send? Crypto portfolio, but I wanted you to go to Christian Traders. ChristianTraders.com. That's one. Oh, and if you like podcasts, we also own Crypto World Radio.com. And what we've done there is we've aggregated some of the very best cryptocurrency podcasts from around the world. And because they're from around the world, you know, some people do their podcasts once a day like we do. Some people do it once a week. Some do once a month. Some do whenever they feel like it. So you can almost always go there to CryptoWorldRadio.com and find a brand new, fresh podcast from some of the best in the business. And you'll really learn a lot there. You know, Scott, that'd probably be a good thing for you because with podcasts, you know, you can just pop your earbuds in no matter where you are, standing in line at the grocery store,
sure.
You know, DMV, the doctor's office, all that kind of stuff. And don't believe everything you hear on the radio, but you'll know what you can trust and what you can't. And if you don't know, call me, and I'll help you out. So I went to buy CryptoWorld.com. I was so naive, I thought I could actually get it. It was for sale for $18,000. I did this on live radio, and we all laughed and guffawed, ha ha. And 2 weeks later, I said, hey, guys, let's go check out and see if they were able to get $18,000 for that domain. That's all it was a domain, CryptoWorld.com. Somebody had bought it, and it was 2 weeks later, it was for sale for $180,000. Yeah, that's what we said. Now, I haven't done this in a while, so this isn't a setup, but let's just see if it's still on the market. Last time I looked, it was $180,000. Could be more or less at this point. Crypto. Well, that's us too. Crypto Financial Services. CryptoWorld.com. Sorry, it's taken. Still want it? Here's what you do. As a joke there, they get, yeah, because the last time it just said right up here, for sale, 180 something. I'll ask my friend the internet. How much did CryptoWorld.com sell for? CryptoWorld.com sold for $195,000 to the Binance bought it. Mike Mann bought it for $18,000 and flipped it for $195,000. Go, Mike. I don't know who Mike Mann is, but see, this is what you guys are missing if you don't tune in to CFRN Radio every single day. Last week, Mike Mann sold the domain name. So I went to buy CryptoWorld.com. I couldn't get it, and I thought, well, you're in radio, so try CryptoWorldRadio.com. Got it for $8. $8. And he even called me from GoDaddy and said, do you realize what you just did? And I go, well, I don't know what I do. They said you came up with a crypto something that nobody else had come up with, and you got it for $8. You want to sell it? I said, no, I do not. Binance is a cryptocurrency exchange based in Hong Kong. Mike bought the domain name in 2011 for $15. In August 2017, the domain was for sale by Mike for just $29,000. We saw it when it was $18, I think. Who is still not updated, and the domain name resolves to a domainmarket.com page. So Binance bought it for, I wonder what they would pay me. Huh. I don't want to sell it, but it's nice to know what it's worth. Value. Crypto World Radio.com. My friend, the internet. Crypto World Radio. Oh, that's me. Wait a minute. Oh, that's one of our podcast guys, I guess. Oh, and there's Packy. I can't pronounce his name. I'm not being. ZTG trades 485 last. Fork Delta. There's something. All right, guys. Love you. See you in church tomorrow. Thanks for coming out tonight. Yeah, I guess we should go because we're keeping these folks up late, and they like to, they're older. They need to get to bed early. So, is there anything, guys, you need from us? Anything at all? And I will announce on the radio Monday who won the 500 CTG tokens. I'm going to put this web address in one more time, and then I'm going to go spend time with my family. My son said he almost called the police on me the other night because I came into the living room and sat down, and he didn't recognize me. He's a smart aleck. But he's a great kid. All right.
Thanks, everybody.
All right, yeah. Guys, if you 833, what's our phone number? Toll free. It's 833 and God we trust, but I know it's kind of aggravating to dial it that way. Do you have it handy, Scott?
Yeah, I do. Hang on just a second. Going to the website now.
Oh, men of our stature, we should have business cards with like that toll-free number.
833-464-6393. 833-464-6393.
Call us.
Thanks, guys.
Mile and dial. All right. Bye-bye.